The playoff hopes of Penn State and Texas may have taken a devastating hit on Saturday. Both entered the season among the nation's elite, yet both suffered shocking losses that could derail their postseason dreams. For Penn State, it was an unimaginable collapse. The number 7 Nittany Lions, 24.5-point favorites, fell 42-37 to previously winless UCLA in one of the biggest upsets in recent memory. After trailing by 20 at halftime, Penn State's late rally came up short as UCLA's defense perfectly read a fourth-down play to seal the victory. It marks the first time in 40 years that an 0-4 team has beaten a top 10 opponent. The defeat, following a heartbreaking overtime loss to Oregon, means Penn State now likely needs wins over both Ohio State and Indiana just to have a faint playoff chance. Even in a season where a 3-loss at-large team could sneak into contention, this loss might be too damaging to overcome. Texas's situation is slightly different. The Longhorns fell 29-21 to Florida, snapping the Gators' 3-game losing streak. Once the preseason number 1 team for the first time in school history, Texas will now tumble down the rankings. Yet, their path isn't completely blocked. With 4 games left against ranked opponents, including matchups with Oklahoma, Georgia, and Texas A&M, Texas still controls its destiny. A strong finish could keep them alive in both the playoff and SEC title races. But their offensive line remains a glaring weakness. Arch Manning was constantly pressured against Florida, a repeat of the issues that haunted them last season. If the protection doesn't improve quickly, even the expanded playoff format might not save them. Elsewhere, there were standout performances across the country. Navy receiver Eli Heidenreich stunned everyone with a record-breaking 243 yards and 3 touchdowns in a 34-31 win over Air Force, while quarterback Blake Horvath added 339 passing yards and 130 rushing. Virginia continued its impressive run, edging Louisville 30-27 in overtime after defensive touchdowns from Donovan Platt and Cam Robinson. Pitt found a new star in freshman quarterback Mason Heintzschel, who threw for 323 yards and 4 scores in a 48-7 rout of Boston College. Washington staged a dramatic 24-20 comeback over Maryland, erasing a 20-point deficit behind quarterback DeMond Williams Jr.'s late heroics. But for every winner, there were losers too. Purdue's curse continued, now 0-11 in games following a Taylor Swift album release, after a 43-27 loss to Illinois. Kentucky fell flat once again in a 35-14 loss to Georgia, while Oklahoma State's defensive struggles persisted in a 41-13 defeat to Arizona. Kansas State's season hit another low after a missed field goal cost them a 35-34 loss at Baylor. It was a weekend of chaos, heartbreak, and a reminder that in college football, even the giants can fall hard.